Wow, what is this? That's so weird. I don't know about you, but right now it looks like I'm frozen. Yeah, now I'm making noise. Oh. Okay, that was really weird. I don't know what to say. I hope it's working. Like, what the fuck? Let me take a look at the log real quick. View the current log, and what's it say? Starting stream and sent that and FaceTime, blah blah blah. I don't know what to make of it. I never really know with this thing. Technology just, like... Okay, so it's partially my bad. You know, I said I'd be changing things around a little bit, and I did last night. To explain the setup, presently my little broadcasting rig is hopping onto the internets via Wi-Fi, and I hate Wi-Fi. You know I hate Wi-Fi, but I'm using it for now just because. Really, do I have a good reason? No, I don't really have a good reason. I could actually switch it over right now to use a hardwired connection instead. Go over USB 3.0 as opposed to, but it's fine. It's gonna be okay. It's getting onto the internet by way of Wi-Fi, connected over to the Nighthawk mobile router, which is itself getting internet via Cat5 cable, which is plugged into the wall, and that's through the university's network. Meanwhile, the iPhone is also connected to the same thing, that same Netgear Nighthawk mobile router. And I thought it was worth a try. You know, hey, I've got this piece of hardware. Hey, what the heck? Hey, I've got this piece of hardware. Why not test it out? You know, because I've been noticing some strange little hiccups when it was connected directly over to the mobile streaming rig. Previously, I had the mobile streaming rig set up with its own, acting as a hotspot. That was hardwired into the school's network, and from there I was sharing internets with all of my own devices, broadcasting my own private SSID. I still have my own private network, but now it's going through a different device. It's a dedicated device. One dedicated networking device. The computer does computer things. I think this is better. I don't know. I mean, ultimately the computer may have to do more than this. It will have to handle bonding, and thus far it's been a bit of a headache. I just generated some logs earlier. Like, you saw briefly that I went live briefly yesterday, and everything looked fine for the first 2 seconds, and then it went to shit. Like, everything started tearing, and then it just died. Even the audio was coming through all like, so gave up on that. Anyways, hello world. It's Friday, February the 8th, 2019. Present time 11:36 p.m. Pretty cold outside. Just prior to coming back into my dorm room, I was outside. I was at Silver Ball, and you recall I've talked about Silver Ball before. I like this business. Oh, in fact, I have a Silver Ball card I need to give away to somebody. It doesn't have any money on it, but it saves this guy $1. I like him enough to save him $1. Nothing against him. I mean, like, it's just, you know, I've got a card with like $8.50 on it. That's enough for me to play pinball for a good long while. I got another card with like $3 and change. It's a little money, but it adds up. It's like an hour of my time right now. Yeah, I gotta do better for my time. I was using this thing earlier today, having refilled the pod. and I noticed an off taste. Tasted kind of burnt. And then today, while checking my email, I saw that some company had sent me a marketing message. Hey, you buy this new pod system electronic cigarette, and we'll throw in 2 things of e-juice. So I'm thinking, maybe I should give it a try. You know, like, I've got a little bit of money for play, I like my nicotine, maybe I should try out the new devices. Seeing as I don't have my other mod with me, seeing as this is probably less harmful than smoking conventional cigarettes, maybe I should just do it. And then try to, I don't know, make YouTube reviews of electronic cigarettes or something. I don't know, we'll figure out some harebrained scheme to make money. And who knows, I might make a few bucks doing it. I was talking with some kids the other day. The direct-to-consumer mattress industry. If you got into that game like 3 years ago, and you really tried, you had to really, really try. If you really tried, you'd have cleared millions by this point. But I mean, not only really trying, like, you had to be number 1, you know? You had to kill the other guy. Not kill, but take all the traffic. You would have done really, really well for yourself. I kind of tried, and I got kind of frustrated. And right now, I kind of need to make a call over to this company that I bought a mattress from to see if they'll take it back, if they'll give me credit. I hope they will. Like, I was talking about this the other day. These little things that are just falling. Okay, now I can see the... I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yesterday it was working. Today I toggled a little thing. See, I get some options here. With my remote cam dealio, I can choose how I want it to sync. And right now I set it to source time. Because I thought it made sense. Like, this is the source should dictate the timing. And there's one called internal timing, and the other option is network timing. And it was on network timing, I moved it over to source. Maybe I should try internal. I don't know which is best. All I know is that right now, if it falls off again, I'm going to switch to something else. Actually, I'm going to switch to something else. I'm not pleased. I can't have it falling off on me at all. Alright. Whoa, okay, now we're on internal timing. Apparently. Just to be safe. Fingers crossed it doesn't fuck up. You know, like, I don't know enough about this. There's so much that I don't know yet about the whole technology stack. All I can tell you for sure is that this means of transmitting audio and video is suggested as being the best for my application. Maybe not for everybody. But it works. It seems to work for the most part. I just gotta look out and make sure there's this little red border. And today I've got my contacts in so I can see it. I can watch it. everything's gonna be okay. It's like things like this, you know. I wish they would all just work. I read reports about people buying this particular pod system, maybe even with the Juuls. I don't think the Juuls are quite as problematic, but this one, folks say that when refilling it, there's a tendency to get the burnt taste. I guess the key is just throw away, if you throw away more of the money, then you can have more consistency. And if you try to be cheap at all, or environmentally friendly, then you're going to suffer some negative consequences. It's, man, don't pick this up. Alright, let me listen in on this thing real quick. Stabil. It's accented English. Not a bad thing, just different. Anyhow, I'm going to do the little reading because that's what I do now. It's the least I can do. Outside of just sharing some brief updates about my life, which is very simple. Try not to complicate it too much. Let's do the thing. Oh boy. And ignoring comments. Not true. I care a lot about comments, thank you. I cherish your feedback. I will do terrible things with your feedback. Thank you. Now, one day I took this thing out. I lost this little insert, and now my stand doesn't have an insert, and it makes me a little sad. Okay, it looks like it's holding up for now. Fingers crossed. If it fails, I'm going to, I don't know, break something most likely. The Road Back to You by Ian Morgan Crone and Suzanne Stabile. The Road Back to You from 2016 uses the ancient personality type system, the Enneagram, to teach the importance of self-awareness. It outlines the characteristics of each character type and encourages you to identify and explore the positive and negative aspects of your own. Who should read this? Christians or other spiritual followers, people seeking self-knowledge, and Enneagram enthusiasts. Who wrote the book? Ian Morgan Crone, an Enneagram teacher, Episcopal priest, and Dove Award-winning musical artist, is a best-selling author dedicated to helping people discover their true selves. Suzanne Stabile is an internationally celebrated Enneagram master teacher. In 1985, she and her husband, Reverend Joseph Stabile, co-founded Life in the Trinity Ministry. What's in it for me? Self-discovery without the therapy bills. We live in an age where self-care and self-reflection are highly valued. However, it can be hard to know where to begin when setting out on your self-seeking quest. Should you turn to religion or a therapist, meditation or literature? Well, the Enneagram, a diagram that can help you reflect on your personality, is the perfect place to start. In this book, you'll discover the history of the Enneagram, as well as learn the various personality types represented by each of its 9 points, and how these types interact with one another. How will that help you become more aware of your own emotions and behavior patterns? The answer is simple. You can only work on your flaws and shortcomings if you recognize them and understand why you act the way you do. With the help of the Enneagram, you'll soon be thinking more analytically and making better life choices as a result. In these blinks, you'll also learn how your personality type can help you identify your perfect job role, what makes perfectionists so imperfect, and that your entire personality type can change in stressful situations. Dating back to antiquity, the Enneagram is a 9-point diagram used for self-knowledge. What comes to mind when you hear the word Enneagram? If you immediately imagine a 5-pointed symbol being set aflame in some Wiccan ceremony, then you've made a forgivable blunder. That's the pentagram. The Enneagram, in contrast, has 9 points and nothing to do with the occult. Like the pentagram, however, it does have roots in ancient history. The Enneagram of personality types is an outgrowth of ancient Christian theology. Its precise origins are unknown, but some people believe it can be traced back to Evagrius Ponticus, a 4th century Christian monk and theologian who is also often credited with having created the concept of the 7 deadly sins. But Christianity isn't okay. I don't know where we were, so I'm going to go to the start of the paragraph. The Enneagram of personality types is an outgrowth of ancient Christian theology. Its precise origins are unknown, but some people believe it can be traced back to Evagrius Ponticus, a 4th century Christian monk and theologian who is also often credited with having created the concept of the 7 deadly sins. But Christianity isn't the only religion to include the Enneagram. Judaism, Sufism, and Taoism feature similar 9-pointed diagrams used for spiritual guidance. These traditions of ancient wisdom were brought together in the 1970s by the Bolivian philosopher Oscar Ichazo to form the modern Enneagram structure. Later, it was imported to America by one of Ichazo's pupils at the Eric School in Chile, an American psychologist named Claudio Naranjo. Naranjo, in turn, taught the Enneagram to his students in California, one of whom was Father Robert Ox. As a Catholic, Jesuit priest and educator, Ox spread the spiritual teaching of the Enneagram to fellow clergy, other spiritual leaders, and his own congregation. So, what is the Enneagram exactly? Well, its name comes from Greek. Ennea means 9, and gram means drawing or figure, and its 9-pointed geometric design is used as an aid to self-knowledge. In total, there are 9 personality types, and each of the Enneagram's 9 points corresponds to 1. Each of these is linked to a number on the diagram, which can tell us more about how we see the world, as well as how we feel and behave. Each personality type is also linked to other numbers across the diagram, which can help us understand how we act in various situations, such as when under stress. Finally, every personality type has two adjacent numbers known as wing numbers, both of which may further influence your type. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, but how does this help me? Well, the whole point of the Enneagram is to help you reflect on the flaws in your character, so you can consciously move toward personal enlightenment. Not only that, you can also use it to better understand the behavior of family and friends. By empathizing with their outlook on life, you'll be able to communicate much more effectively. In the next blink, we'll look at the first 6 personality types. The Enneagram's first 6 personality types fall under the gut triad and the heart triad. The 9 points of the Enneagram can be grouped into 3 distinct categories, or triads. These are the gut, the heart, and the head. Let's take a closer look at the gut first. The common motivation linking the personality types in the gut triad is anger. Take type 8, the challenger. The challenger will always be the first to speak out when she sees wrongdoing. They are natural ringleaders because of their blunt and forceful nature. Their weakness is an inability to show vulnerability, which holds them back from forming really meaningful relationships. Often, they demonstrate anger by seeking out verbal or physical conflict. Type 9, the peacemaker, is the polar opposite. They will avoid conflict at all costs. Always able to see both sides of an argument, the amiable peacemaker is a natural mediator. However, since they never want to upset others, they suppress their own anxieties and frustrations, which results in their not asking for and therefore not getting what they need from relationships. The third type in the gut triad is type 1, the perfectionist. As the name suggests, perfectionists are self-disciplined, moral, and concerned with detail. Improving themselves and the world is their prime concern. They tend to view everything as either right or wrong, black or white. When other people break the rules or abandon their responsibility, perfectionists become angry. This anger is internalized as resentment. The 3 personality types in the heart triad are defined by their feelings and emotions. Just look at type 2, the helper. The helper is an incredibly caring character. Motivated by the desire to feel needed by others, they are self-sacrificing. On the downside, helpers tend to let relationships define them and avoid expressing their own needs. They also feel that they are owed something by others for the care they show. In general, they attend to everyone's feelings but their own. Type 3 is the performer. This type sets big goals and gets great satisfaction from achieving them. The more successful, productive, and efficient they are, the greater their sense of self-worth. The negative side for performers is self-delusion and an inability to own up to their own mistakes. Performers struggle to identify emotions in themselves and others and are highly. Completing the heart triad is type 4, the romantic. Romantics are naturally very in tune with all the beauty and tragedy in the world, and can appreciate the whole spectrum of the human experience. Their weakness is a tendency to isolate themselves from others, which can lead to melancholy, unpredictability, and self-absorption. Each of the 3 numbers in each triad is driven in different ways by an emotion related to a part of the body known as the center of intelligence. The final 3 Enneagram numbers fall under the head triad. Have you found a personality type that you identify with yet? If not, you'll probably find yourself under the head triad. The 3 characters represented by the head triad are all motivated by fear. The first of these is type 5, the investigator. Investigators get great pleasure from sharing their wealth of knowledge with everyone they meet. They're fiercely independent and capable of giving logical, objective. Their failing is their fear of having to depend on others,
This presents in their personality as defensiveness and cynicism, and a tendency to judge others. Type 6 is the open and dependable loyalist. These types are committed to serving others in their family and community. Loyalists feel safe with rules and order, seeking out security and stability. What causes them to worry is the fear of losing this security. They think about the worst that may happen, sometimes turning small anxieties into extreme paranoia. Rather than showing fear in response to actual crises, Type 6 personalities make a crisis out of every nagging fear. Completing the head triad and the Enneagram is Type 7, the enthusiast. They're the life and soul of the party, with a glass-half-full outlook on life. Their exuberant nature makes Type 7 people very popular with their peers, but there are downsides. Enthusiasts struggle to commit to anything. They chase pleasure to escape any negative emotions and are the type most susceptible to addiction. Motivated by a fear of negative emotions, they pack their schedules with social events, fill their homes with material goods, and keep setting goals to keep themselves distracted. Now you're familiar with all the triads in each personality type within them. If you still don't feel you fit within one type, don't worry. The Enneagram allows you to take a more nuanced approach. To do that, we need to turn to the wing numbers. Each number on the Enneagram has a dynamic relationship with two wing numbers. Let's say you feel like a romantic by nature, but don't see yourself as eccentric enough. The key to the perfect fit may be in your wing numbers. Just as a wingman stands behind you, providing moral support, the wing numbers stand on either side of your number, strengthening your personality type with some of their own characteristics. To find your wing numbers, look to the right and left of your own Enneagram number. By understanding all three of these types, you can fine-tune how you define your personality. Let's go back to the example from the beginning of Blink and look at Type 4, the romantic, in more depth. Romantics tend to be creative souls, such as actors, writers, artists, and filmmakers. People who thrive on storytelling and melodrama. As children, they often feel misunderstood, but learn to make the most of their differences to stand out. Unfortunately, they realize that this doesn't lead to the thing they really strive for, the sense that they belong. Either side of Type 4 are Types 3 and 5, the performer and the investigator. A Type 4 with a 3 wing is called a 4W3. As you'll remember, performers are competitive and driven by goals. Romantics who adopt these characteristics will feel that, in addition to being unique and special, they must also be the best. Being image-conscious, 4W3 types conduct themselves in a fashion that's more socially acceptable than the quirkiness of a pure romantic, while their fixation on goals makes them more likely to bring ideas to fruition. Now look at 4W5, a 4 with a 5 wing. These types are more reserved and introverted. They embrace the more eccentric side of their personality and are proud of their uniqueness, but they don't have the same need for recognition as a 4W3. Under the influence of the investigator personality, a 4W5 finds too much socializing exhausting and needs alone time. Another difference is that they choose to deal with emotions on their own rather than sharing or acting on them. Are you ready to go even deeper? Good. Because your type may be influenced by yet more numbers. Next, you'll find out how a stressful situation can turn a perfectionist into a romantic. Each number on the Enneagram also takes on the characteristics of their security or stress number. By now, you probably have a decent sense of what your main personality type is and which wing number best complements it. That's good, because it's now time to look at your security and stress numbers. When you're feeling safe and secure, your security number lends its positive characteristics to your own personality number. This is how they're linked. Perfectionists borrow the security traits of the enthusiast. The helper takes from the romantic, the performer from the loyalist, the romantic from the perfectionist, the investigator from the challenger, the loyalist from the peacemaker, the enthusiast from the investigator, the challenger from the helper, and the peacemaker from the performer. To see how this works, take the self-disciplined Type 1 perfectionist with the internal critic. Perfectionist's security number is 7, the enthusiast. Perfectionists feel relaxed when they're free of responsibility, such as when they're on holiday or hanging out with friends, and this is when they take on some of the traits of the enthusiast. When they feel secure, perfectionists become gregarious, self-confident, and adventurous. But just as your number can borrow positives during the good times, it can also take on negatives when things aren't going well. These negative characteristics come from your stress number, as follows. Under stress, the perfectionist takes on the traits of the romantic. The helper takes from the challenger. The performer from the peacemaker. The romantic from the helper. The investigator from the enthusiast. The loyalist from the performer. The enthusiast from the perfectionist. The challenger from the investigator. And the peacemaker from the loyalist. Now let's see how this works. Say a perfectionist has to stay late at the office, or is having relationship problems. Under the influence of borrowed traits from the romantic personality type, their self-esteem may suffer, and they can become depressed and sensitive to criticism. The little voice in their head will tell them that they're not as good as other people. It may sound depressing, but knowing and understanding how your stress number influences your behavior is a useful way to evaluate which things you find overwhelming. Consider why you're feeling the way you're feeling and stop yourself from falling into bad habits. The more self-aware you are, the easier it will be for you to make good decisions. To sum it up neatly, your security number is how you act on payday. Your stress number is how you act when you check your account and find it's all gone on the rent. Each number on the Enneagram has a corresponding deadly sin. The characteristics of your stress number and your deadly sin may be similar, but they manifest in very different ways. While your stress number is a negative reaction, your deadly sin is a negative motivation. You can't escape it. Every personality type has a deadly sin, a shadowy side that needs. Perfectionists' sin is anger. The standards to which they hold themselves and others are so high that failure to measure up is inevitable. When something falls short of their expectations, perfectionists' anger manifests as a slow burning resentment that they hold onto. For the helper, pride is their downfall, as they think they know what's best for everybody else. Performers are at risk of losing their sense of self as they become so used to projecting an image they want others to see. Their deadly sin is deceit, both of themselves and of others. The deadly sin of the romantic is envy. As they're so eccentric and melancholic, they struggle to fit in with others. They can't help feeling jealous of those who find happiness and place in society with ease. As you know, investigator types are highly self-sufficient. This lifestyle requires a great deal of energy and resources. By keeping this energy for their own use, they commit the sin of avarice. Loyalists, on the other hand, who crave safety and security, are guided by the sin of fear. The sin of gluttony is assigned to the enthusiast, as this type will gorge on pleasure to distract themselves from any negative feelings. They often go so overboard that they develop damaging addictions. The challenger personality, aggressive and confrontational, is guilty of the sin of lust in their desire to have power and control over others. They do this to distract themselves from their own weaknesses. Finally, the sin of sloth typifies the peacemakers. By concerning themselves solely with the problems of others, they become slothful in dealing with their own challenges. If you're daunted by having to confront the most negative aspect of your personality, just remember, every type has its own shadowy side. Half the battle is recognizing your shadowy behaviors. The other half is making sure you keep them in check so you can be your best self. By understanding the various facets of each personality trait, you'll be able to bestow the gift of compassion, the foundation of any close relationship, on those around you. Final summary. The key message in this book. The Enneagram is an ancient diagram with roots in Christianity. It can be used to gain greater self-knowledge, and also to understand the behavior of those around us. By identifying your own personality type within the Enneagram and learning how your type responds to certain situations, you'll be on the road to making better, more informed decisions in life. Actionable advice. Help your coworkers find joy in their work using the Enneagram. The Enneagram has been used to help employees find career satisfaction in a wide range of workplaces, including Motorola, the Oakland A's baseball team, the Vatican clergy, and the CIA. So why not get your colleagues to identify their type? This will deepen their understanding of their personal work habits and help them sort out which tasks they'll naturally excel at. For instance, if someone's a Type 5 investigator, she'll naturally excel at analytical tasks, whereas a Type 1 perfectionist will work best when focusing on a single. What to read next? The Personality Brokers by Merv Emmer. The Enneagram isn't the only well-known personality test out there. There are plenty of tools you can use to gain insight into your own thoughts and behaviors. But should we trust the results of these tests? And are they as helpful as we think? The Personality Brokers combines detailed history and recent psychological insight to examine what is arguably the most recognized personality discovery tool, the Myers-Briggs test. Find out where it started, why it's so beloved, and what its enduring popularity tells us about our own human nature. That's great. I'm high as fuck right now. Love watching your vids when I'm high. And so this stuff puts you to sleep. Hey, difference. It's good. At least it's helping somebody. I read something kind of interesting today. It came from Google. It was some documents written by and for site reliability engineers. And the bit that I was looking at was on toil, so I shared it. Pretty interesting stuff. Huh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I made that thing. I made it work. I need to get away from all the toil in my own life. And the thing is, I don't want to make things such that they really rely so much on people. Like, people are valuable. People are very important. I have too much respect for other people's time to subject them to drudgery. Not unless I can pay for it, you know. I'd like to be able to. Right now, what can I do? I was running my numbers earlier today.
maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. I feel like there's still a number of these little things to knock out, and then I might be able to pull it off, or no. I don't think I'm ready. Not for Yeti either, to do the thing. There are other things first. Right now, I'm happy just to keep things from falling off and disappearing for good. The little hiccups here and there, we can smooth out. All of that can be fixed in post. Just gotta keep moving forward. Accept a little bit of gray and just keep moving forward. I think that's the right way. The amount of toil there is to do, as far as like keeping a one VOD from falling off the system, is very, very little. It takes so little time to keep it from disappearing. It's not even funny. And then the amount required to take a bit, like this little reading I did, and I'll put it on its own. Again, it's really limited. Just cutting this one sequence. And even if I don't get it right now, by preserving the original broadcast, I have the capacity at a later date to go back, just pull it from the cloud, and cut that one section out. Spit it back out. And if you go through all that trouble, you may as well feed it through an entire post-processing deal, like get rid of all the awkward pauses. That's why when I'm doing the readings now, I'm just letting it roll. And if I say something silly, I'll try it a few times, because I don't want to reread any of this shit. Just gonna keep moving forward, with the intention of one day going back and cleaning up everything. Not myself. Got a lot of work to do until then. At least the volume of video coming out now is reasonable. It's at the point where somebody could actually sit down and digest the whole entire day. An hour a day, it's nothing. I mean, half of it's nothing, right? Maybe a good 2/3 of it is actually just garbage. Yeah, it's optimistic. But even in the worst case scenario, I can still realize channel growth. It's slow but steady. Like, at this point, I think I do need help. I think I've needed help for a good long while, and I've been trying to get it. I've been asking for it from time to time, but it's tough to get. And my skills are limited. I need to keep growing them. It's challenging sometimes. Like, I go to work now, and sometimes I just wonder, well, what's the best use of my time here? Because even at this job, there's just so much that I couldn't do, or try to do. Today's little deep dive, one of the guys on the team, somebody who came over from the software services side of the company, he talked about about like live testing while building up web applications. It's not. Yeah, it's a web application. Just app. I've never. So it's afterwards. I was listening to him, looking at what he'd been working on, thinking, okay, yeah, I need to start coding to get rid of some of this manual drudgery that I subject myself to. And I had my laptop in my backpack. Went over to the cafeteria and had dinner, and in the times where I was sitting by myself, there wasn't somebody sitting across from me. I was just going through doing the manual drudgery. Right? And then also kind of stepping back a little bit and looking at it. What's the flow? Can I really sketch this out, get it to the point where I can set it up on a schedule, automate all the things. Artificial intelligence, I see you here. Frame freeze just came back from YouTube, and the same is happening there. Freeze frame. Huh. Right now I don't have the thing pulled up. It's let me take a look at the log. I don't have a lot to work with as far as data. Or if I have the data, I don't know exactly how to tap it. Okay, adding total audio buffering time is now almost a second. Yeah, so you were right about that. That happened at 11:49 p.m. So like a good 30 minutes ago, we hit the max audio buffering time. So everything's off by a second. Okay. I mean, it's bad, but not. It's bad. That's bad. But it's also because I've been switching around with the sync from synchronization modes, hoping to find one that works right. What did I settle on? I think I settled back on the network one, and I just gotta figure out what the nuances are with this particular deal. There's always something, huh? There's always something new to learn. I don't know why that's same shit every day. Drudgery. This is 2016. One day we'll get good. I think that day is coming soon. Like at this point, I've got the motivation. I've got the incentive to go and like get really good at this shit. How good, I don't know. I say really good, I mean just passably good. Alright, it's a mix of skills. I wonder. Really makes me wonder sometimes. So what I found is that this is the best way. I go here, and I click here, and I say copy element, and pasta, and I leave it alone. And meanwhile, I take notes. I'm gonna take notes. Figure this shit out. Oh yeah, so tonight, before I call it, I've got to spend some time and keep stuff from falling off. I love incomplete sentences. Me too. Sometimes it makes you wonder, huh? I mean, Swinny, all in all, I feel pretty good these days. I was really, really pleased that I was able to land this. And it's been a good learning experience so far. Even though, as far as like, it's funny, as far as the hard skills go, I haven't matured very much yet. What I have done so far is gained a general awareness of how this particular enterprise works, and understood a bit of like where things are across their various systems. And here's the thing: if I picked up tomorrow and I went to a different shop, they might be a lot further along as far as maturity in dealing with data, such that like, all the stuff that I'm presently just like bashing my head against might not exist. A lot of the problems that these guys experience, the next organization may be far ahead. They may have already cleared all the initial hurdles. I say initial hurdles, but like, truthfully, there's a lot, many man hours have gone into making this place what it is already. Right? Shit's just not, it's not easy. From here, where do we go? I don't know. Right now, I'm just happy to be getting paid to learn. It's good. And maybe tomorrow, with a little bit of practice, I'll be able to sit down and start doing things from scratch. But the best thing that I can do for myself is to spend some time on the weekends devoted to that. I might spend a little bit less time on the job while it's, after I've established this base level of understanding, I might spend fewer hours there just so I can keep up with my schoolwork. That way I have the weekends available to just like really practice or devote some time during the week towards it too. Or do it at work. That's another option. Like, just say, hey, you know what? I don't actually need to be showing all of the work in progress. Like, become more flexible about when I work. Actually, that's the best option, yeah. That's the best one. Maybe spend an hour of every workday just focus on my own projects. As long as they're building up the core competencies necessary to do well at this job, then do it, right? Because they'll be happy if I just sit down and spend time playing with software, like playing with Tableau. They'll be happy if I do that. or just sit down and do like tutorials on working with pandas and like Plotly, you know. Fortunately, I've already done some of that, so like before coming in, so I have some base, but there's still more. There's always more. May as well kill two birds with one stone, right? Frozen single frame again. Really? Okay, here's the weird thing. Yeah, like, I look at it on my screen and I see everything's fine, but I think that what I'll do is... just noted there could be some potential playback issues here. Like, we may be having some issues. Go to sleep. Yeah. I will soon. I will soon. Let me try to clear two things. If this is, like, if one is just a no-brainer, then I'll move on to the other one. 11. This one I don't think is a no-brainer, though. Christian has departed, and then we moved on to, say, spring roll consumed, and Christian has departed. Spring roll consumed. And marker? Nope. Spring roll consumed. At 4 hours, 27 minutes, 12 seconds. And Lord, my eyes, my poor fucking eyes. Yeah. It is my bedtime. Four 27 12. Good God, my poor eyes. Alright, I have a headphone somewhere. Do I need headphones? I don't think so. Instead, let me just click right over here, and that takes us up to 4:27:12. You know what it could be? I think I know what it could be. I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. If I do this, kind of move things around a little bit. Do I see anything's wrong? No, nothing looks like it's breaking. It looks okay. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. It could be kind of annoying. Nope. No.
That I did today. What do you think of the ivory ball? So,
Oh, dude, I was chatting with this dude the whole time.
For like 30 minutes, 20. What do you think of the, for what I do, hybrid pool? So, Evil, what do you think of the hybrid pool, the live review logo that I did today? For when I do my reviews for that I did today. What do you think of the hybrid pool, the live review logo that I did today? For when I do my reviews for that I did today. For when I do my reviews for when I do my reviews for useful. It would feel every so I mean to give you with this business, right? Set up or whatever. So I think that I have just again subjective, but you know, I think it's knowledge that you know something that people might find useful. So they can go out and they can try it.
Yeah, it sounds like you're going real thorough with this.
Yeah, so I mean that was the reason I didn't stream yesterday is because like all day I was going back and forth, trying different coil combinations. I changed like the coils on my, you know, RDAs like I think 3 times yesterday. Just, you know, testing different setups and how it works and positioning, like moving the coil in different ways. Like so for this new RDA, does it work better with the coil up or down? Like, does it work better with, like, you know, airflow coming from the bottom, from the top, from directly onto the coil? Just like all of this, like, type of stuff. So, just kind of like trying to get as much information as I can to give the most thorough and best, like, review that I can tomorrow.
For sure, man. I'll look forward to it.
Yep, I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to do it at 12 p.m. Central Standard. Is when I'm going to start doing the review.
Sounds good.
So, like tonight, like getting up, I'm still going to be on the computer, but I'm going to be working on my overlay, like the camera positioning, my secondary camera, setting that up to get like, you know, because I still want a camera on my face. And I want a camera facing down on my mouse pad where I'm going to be, you know, working with the mods. So
I don't even know where to cut it. It's just so absurd. Spring roll. Just call it spring roll. 4/22/11. Oh, okay. So the good thing about going over that one little bit is I discover there's more. Let me get on Discord real quick. I realized that I was chatting with. I guess he goes by Father Fear now. I have no idea how he's been. No idea. But let's find him. Father Fear, and last time I talked with him was Jan 9. No, it's fine. Oh yeah, December 11th. Missed a call, and there's no fucking timestamp here. Are you kidding me? Why? Like, why is there no timestamp? FML, yeah. That sucks. That's a real pain in the ass, is what it is. I could go dive through the shit and try to find it, or I could say, fuck it, it's not really important. So which one is it? Is it important? Is every single conversation important? Maybe because it's not. Oh, I'm gonna go with no. Not every single conversation is important. Like sometimes important shit happens even in seemingly unimportant conversations, but not every single conversation is important. Not every single one. One thing's for sure though, like I've got to be noting this shit down. If I intend to keep doing this, I've got to make notes. I can't leave it up to chance. I should not, while going through this, suddenly find, oh yeah. Speaking of which, let's just chatting. Fuck me, man. All right. Let me just take a stab at it, okay? Let's say that this. I just can't believe there's no timestamp here. That doesn't seem right. Like nothing. Hello. How are you? I'm just bewildered by this. The lack of metadata. I count on a certain amount being here. And when it's not, then... Oh my lord, my eyes. I cannot see shit right now. Okay, here it is. 2:54 p.m. Missed call. So around 2:54 p.m. 2:54 p.m. Let me make a note here then. We'll cut through this one up top, one above. Conversation. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Holy fuck. 2:54 p.m. Oh lord. Alright, so that means I need to find the start time on the 11th. So all this metadata should already be inside of the system. I should not be doing this every single time. That's stupid. It is so fucking stupid to do this every single time. Like, it's like, golly, how stupid are you? Not you. Me. Talking about me. Alright, so 11th, 12:28 p.m. Start time, 12:28 p.m. Hey, Daniel, you got the invite. Excellent. How are you? 1, this minus this equals 2:26:00. Roughly 2:26 into it. So let's just insert this as a start time, 2:26:00. Took a look around and read everything. Nice. Did it make any sense? I know it's quite a bit to digest. I mean, there's a lot of jibber jabber, and
Yeah. You already know.
I can afford to tighten it up a little bit. The most important thing is that spreadsheet. My eyes are not feeling so good right now. Like I've had these contact lenses in all day and they're starting to bug me, but okay, so this is silly.
This is silly, and I'm gonna resolve this. Hold on. Okay, so I'm walking around in my underwear. This in my room. And what I have here. What happened to your eyes? Well, you know, it's just been a full day of use of my eyes. And like the work that I do now primarily consists of it's computer work, you know? Like I spend a lot of time on screens every single day. I used to spend a lot of time on screens, but I would also, you know, like right now I take frequent breaks, I get up, I walk around, I go and get myself a snack, right? That type of thing. But, you know, it's just a lot. Plus, I've been waking early-ish. Early by my count. Or lenses all day. That too. Wearing the contacts all day definitely isn't doing my eyes any favors by the end of the night. So hey, look at this. I got something. What could this possibly be? Oh, what is inside of this? Unfurl, 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 and it's in a baggie. Huh. What's in a baggie? What's it look like? Da-da. Hey, look at that. A glasses frame. And they should look really familiar. If they look really familiar, that's a good thing. I don't know what I'm doing with contact lenses. Shit. Yeah, if they look familiar, that's a good thing. Because I bought an identical frame. I had this exact same size, I bought the exact same one. The idea here being that way I wouldn't have to go get new lenses done. You know, like, I may still ultimately go ahead and get new lenses done, but this gives me an option. I just bought myself a backup. Right? The cool thing is that I only paid something like $50 to have these frames shipped over to me. So it's dirt cheap. I think that's cheap for a glasses frame. One thing I do wish I had brought with me is my sunglasses. Since I've been wearing contacts all the damn time, it would have been nice to have my sunglasses here. But I guess, you know, the year's just getting started. So, I need to get one of those tiny screwdrivers and pop out my lenses from my busted up frame and transfer them into this frame. And you know what? I don't even want to really look at this right now. It's just like, it's detail work and my eyes are tired and I don't fucking feel like it. This left eye is fucked right now. Everything's a blur. It's just like bloom. Oh my gosh, Sonny, you're mad.
Whoa.
Why would you do that to yourself? I feel like I must cut this first. This is
Hello. Is this thing on? No, this thing's not on. No, I don't believe your mic is transmitting on Discord. Occasionally it's showing you lighting up. Yeah, it's strange. Let's see.
I'm not actually like touching them. It's just I'm pulling at like the skin around them, you know?
That's really weird, man. Let me
Just pretend I'm
I can also try killing them.
massaging my temples. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not like digging my fingers into my eyes.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
I guess I have to do the same. Something's up with my fuck Wi-Fi, dude. I cannot stand Wi-Fi. Hey.
Don't what?
I mean, clearly you can hear me okay, and then the trouble is like I can see your mic light up,
Damaging your skin.
but I can only hear you from here. So let me restart this.
Yeah, Daniel, it's been over 1,000 for some time. But you know, most of it is just it's so long, nobody can consume this stuff.
Again, fucking technology. It's
Big
just
problem, right?
The bane of my existence. I love it. I hate it. No, wish it wasn't
Yeah,
like
so
this.
it's like buried within that 1,000 or so
My chips around.
really
Still have some
long
money on
pieces.
PayPal.
There's some good
Oh,
stuff.
man.
There's some good stuff. Like some of the content is now getting to the point where it's actually
Still loading up. Yeah,
I call it trafficked, but it's in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing.
You know,
It is nothing by internet standards. It's like it may as well not exist. But it's starting to make its rounds. Just organically, it's starting to build.
Okay,
I'm seeing
I'm speaking now.
something. So occasionally, Yeti Eater might make
so
a few
weird.
bucks
Like, I can-
because a book sale
when
is
you-
referred. I don't
Let me
expect to
mute
make a
from
lot
your
from
stream
this.
and then just doubly, triply sure. I'm so confused right now by what's happening. Like, oh, you know what? Going this thing. Video. I've just got so much shit going on. So maybe I need to stop trying to weird. And if, oh my god, man, it built an. Oh, look at that.
Alright, cool.
Oh, look at that. Okay. There we go. We fixed it. We fixed it.
Alright, cool. So what's up? How's it going?
Output, and dude, I'm getting that. No. What the fuck? I think it needs to be more. That's really weird. I can't hear you anymore. That's really weird. And if I do this, I can't hear you anymore. Now I can hear you. So, are you speaking right now? I'm trying to multitask. Maybe I do need more powerful computers. Maybe I need to stop trying to multitask. Okay, so, are you speaking right now? Okay, now I can hear you. And if I toggle back over here, and you speak. I can't hear you anymore. That's I can't hear you. So computers, maybe if I toggle back over here.
What the fuck, really?
I can't hear you anymore. You speak now, I'll probably be able to hear you. Yeah, I can hear you right now. What the flying fuck? No, I'll probably be able to hear you. So computers, maybe
I think
right
this
now.
is worth keeping it. Just the frustration
There you
with
go.
technology.
I've just got so much shit going on the computer right now. Maybe I do need more powerful computers. Maybe I need to stop trying to multitask. Okay, so are you speaking right now? Okay, now I can hear you. And are you speaking right now?
Well, we'll go with this. It's such a I'm tired. It's gonna be shit.
Like, no specific, like,
Right.
you know, going.
Conference calls with Discord server members, and ultimately we might break them down into themed discussions. But just in general, I'm down to increase voice activity.
Eligible to enter?
Right. That's more it was with the guns too. It was just like, let's just talk about guns.
Because the vape companies are open. Enjoy what was actually happening.
What? What the fuck? Dude, what? What happened to Father Fear? Hey.
Was he not just here a second ago?
He was talking about leaving,
Yeah, he was talking about, like, fuck, I just missed it.
and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, it's because I dropped out of the thing. I closed the, fuck, okay. I gotta bounce, but I can talk while I leave. How are you?
Good. I think I'm a big fan of fountain pen.
Nice, man.
For the deliveries they had.
Alright, we're just gonna leave it out to the tail. I guess that's it. I don't even know. I'm just fucking dead. 09:59. I don't care. Just that's probably good enough. Create highlights. Done. Oh, my work is over, right? Did I make a note of this? No, I didn't make a note because I'm a fucking genius. Somewhere in this time frame, this thing to close, and then I'll just throw this here. Like, I don't know. This is just that less the thing. It's whatever the duration is, less this. So this minus whatever. The duration of this sequence was, fuck, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care of it anymore. Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm grumpy. Golly, I'm getting old. Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. Okay, I'm alright, I'm dead. Okay. Guys, I'm out. I can't do this anymore tonight. No, it's... Thank you. Daniel, I'm glad you had the time to take a look at the documents I sent you. Could really use your help. You have no idea, like, God, I just want to fucking destroy this, but one day at a time. Sunny, I don't think you can hear me right now, but sleep tight and sweet dreams. Thank you for hanging out. And I'm just... Tomorrow's a new day. I'll spend more time on the air tomorrow, most likely. Like, I'm positive I'm gonna spend most of the day just kind of cooped up, working between a couple of different tasks. So, there you go. Yeah? For now, I'm out. Take good care of yourself. Until next time.